Okay, think about this for a second. How often do you really tune into those little bits of conversation, the ones happening around your own home? A quick question about who's doing the dishes, maybe a comment about tidying up. They can seem like, well, just throwaway lines, right? But what if there's actually a lot more going on just beneath the surface?
Oh, absolutely. And we've got this really fascinating collection of exactly those kinds of dialogues here. Snippets from a family. It's almost like being a fly on the wall, getting a peek into how a household actually works day to day.
Right. And our goal today really is to dig into these conversations that seem, pretty ordinary on the face of it. We want to see what they tell us about how this family functions, how they share the load, maybe the subtle ways learning happens just by, well, doing stuff together.
Yeah, think of it like a quick way to grasp some of those core family dynamics.
A quick yet thorough understanding, maybe?
Exactly. And the range of activities covered here is, well, it's pretty broad. This source text we have mentions everything from laundry, always a big one, and tidying up.
The classics.
Mm-hmm. To cooking, cleaning, even stuff like gardening, looking after younger kids, running errands. It's all in there.
Okay, so let's dive right in then. How does this family actually divide up the work? What did you notice first?
Well, one of the first interactions is Dad helping hang up laundry. A child asks, and he just does it.
Yeah, that jumped out at me too. It seems small, but it got me thinking about the bigger picture of roles in the house.
Exactly. Because, it might seem like just helping out, but it subtly challenges those maybe more traditional ideas about who does what, right? When a father just steps in and does a domestic task like that, it sends a message,
Right.
especially to the kids.
What kind of message?
Well, about shared responsibility.
Yeah.
Maybe fostering a more egalitarian view of chores from a young age. It's not just mom's job or dad's job.
That's a really great point. And it doesn't seem to stop with just hanging it up. The kids are then expected to do the folding. And ironing even gets mentioned for Lucy. It feels like they're being eased into the whole process.
Yes, exactly. That progression, parent helps, then the child takes on more responsibility. That's how we learn lots of things, isn't it?
Right.
It's like scaffolded learning, but for household chores. Building up competence, independence.
Right.
And then we see it get really specific with Jenny's room. She's asked to tidy up, but it's not just clean your room.
No, it's the unmade bed, the exercise books on the table, the shirts on the floor. Very specific examples.
Which is so much more effective, isn't it? Instead of this vague command, the parent points out clear, actionable things.
Yeah, it probably makes it much less overwhelming for Jenny. She knows exactly where to start.
Precisely. It's just good communication, really.
Yeah.
Breaking a big task down. And it's not always assigned tasks either. We see Lucy just sort of jumping in to vacuum while her mother's cooking.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then later, Jenny gets asked to mop. It feels quite fluid how they all pitch in.
Like a bit of spontaneous teamwork. And mealtimes, too, seem like a focal point for this stuff. The kids help set the table. There's that gentle reminder about the soup being hot. Another one of those little embedded lessons.
Definitely. Practical safety reminders woven right in.
And then, of course, the classic debate. Whose turn is it to do the washing up?
Ah, yes. And the fact that Dad apparently has a set day Wednesdays that points towards, established routines, predictability.
Yeah, everyone knows where they stand.
But what's also interesting there is that the kids then offer to help with washing, drying, even cleaning the kitchen.
That's true. They're not just doing their bit. They're actually offering more.
Yeah, it suggests they're kind of internalizing that responsibility, feeling like they want to contribute beyond just what's expected.
It really does. And that sense of shared effort seems to scale up, too, like the big Sunday house clean.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like an all-hands-on-deck situation.
Totally. Taking out rubbish, windows, floors, gardening gets mentioned.
Watering plants, raking leaves, mowing the lawn.
Washing the car, cleaning the garage. It's a proper family affair.
And again, notice the kids proactively offering help with the car in the garage.
You're right. They're not just being told, they're suggesting things. Can I help with that?
Yeah, that shows a developing sense of, ownership and real contribution to keeping the whole place running.
And it's not just about cleaning and tidying, is it? There's babysitting. Jenny helps out.
And the instructions she gets are pretty detailed.
Warming milk, rules about the computer, feeding the cat. They even say where the cat food is kept.
That shows a huge amount of trust, doesn't it? Confidence in Jenny's ability to handle things responsibly.
Absolutely. And even something as simple as asking the kids to pop out for potatoes and tomatoes.
It's a practical errand. Involved a bit of planning, going out, actually contributing to the family meal. Real life skills.
Now, I wanted to shift gears just a tiny bit. The name English Voice Club is mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
It's sort of intriguing because the dialogues themselves are just, well, normal English conversations. Nothing formal about them. Makes you wonder what that's about.
It does, doesn't it? But maybe the connection is more implicit.
How do you mean?
Well, think about it. While there are no obvious lessons in these chats, the very act of communicating every day, asking, telling, explaining, is real-world English practice. You're constantly reinforcing vocabulary, sentence structure, just by living life and talking about it.
Huh. That's a really neat way to think about it. So the learning is just baked into the daily interactions, almost like learning by osmosis.
Kind of, yeah. And beyond just the club name potentially hinting at that, you pointed out those little teaching moments earlier.
Like the warning about the hot soup.
Exactly. Or the reminder to check every corner when vacuuming. They might seem tiny, but they're important.
Transferring practical know-how.
And safety awareness, good habits. It's parents guiding kids in the moment. And something else that really stood out was the positive reinforcement.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Lots of good job, my sweetheart. Well done, my children. We're so proud of you guys.
It's clear that effort is noticed and appreciated.
That must feel really good for the kids, getting that kind of feedback. Encouraging.
Oh, absolutely. That kind of affirmation is huge for building confidence, isn't it?
Right.
And it reinforces the behavior, makes you want to keep helping out.
Creates a positive cycle.
Exactly. And speaking of the interactions, the general tone, it's really polite, isn't it?
Very. Lots of, can you help me? I'll help you. No problem. It just feels respectful.
It does. There's a sense of consideration there.
Yeah.
And they seem pretty open about when they can or can't help. You know, I'm not sure if I'll be free or I'm free now.
Right. No, assuming someone's available, respecting each other's time.
And they check in on each other, too. Where are you? What are you doing? Little things that suggest they're quite connected, aware of what others are up to.
A close-knit feel.
Yeah. And those shared activities we mentioned, the Sunday clean, washing the car together, they're obviously about more than just the chores themselves.
Definitely bonding time, opportunities to connect.
Precisely. Shared experiences build those family bonds. And even the simple things like saying thank you or complimenting the cooking.
It's delicious. Your mom is always the best cook.
Those small gestures, they add up. They contribute a lot to just, well, family harmony.
And it's not all work and politeness either. There's that funny little moment about the washing up duty.
Oh, yeah. The, oh, no, yeah, you're right, realization.
Yeah. It shows they can laugh together, right? A comfortable dynamic.
That bit of humor is so important.
Yeah.
Keeps things real. Shows they're relaxed with each other. And, of course, using terms like daddy, mom, honey, aunts all the time just reinforces those close family ties and that sense of belonging.
So wrapping up that thread, when you just look at the sheer range of stuff they're doing, laundry, cleaning, cooking, gardening, childcare, running errands, it's like a perfect little snapshot.
A snapshot of all those practical life skills being learned and practiced right there in the home.
It's hands-on learning in its most basic, essential form.
Exactly. These dialogues really show how those skills get passed down, reinforced, just through everyday living.
So if we were to sum it all up, these bits of conversation, they might seem totally ordinary, but actually they give us a surprisingly rich picture.
Yeah, a picture of a family that seems to be actively sharing the load, weaving learning into daily tasks, and really keeping those lines of communication positive and open.
For me, the real aha moment, I think, was seeing how smoothly that learning both the potential language stuff from the English Voice Club idea and the practical skills just fits into the normal flow of life.
Right. It's not like now we do chores and now we learn. It's all happening together organically.
Yeah, it's all part of the same fabric. And hopefully for you listening, this deep dive into these everyday chats has maybe sparked some thoughts about the conversations in your own life.
Absolutely. It leaves you with something to think about, doesn't it? Consider those subtle lessons, the skills being passed on, the values being shared, maybe in conversations you barely even notice day to day.
What's happening just under the radar in your own home?
Yeah. What are the unseen lessons being taught and learned right there? It's quite fascinating when you start to listen for it.